She blew away. And my Oklahoma woman's blown away.
אנחנו כאן באוטו של רוברטו בקלהומה, ויש לי שאלה ששואלים אותי אנשים, איך fastereft טקטיקס יכולה לעזור ל-OCD. אז אני אעביר את המצלמה לחברתי קלארה קווסטה.
Obsessive compulsive disorder, first of all, it's not a disorder. Matter of fact, the first person I worked on was diagnosed OCD. Since OCD is a self-protected program, it's designed to keep them safe based on an experience. So the first person I worked with OCD, it's driven by a fear. So they've had a trauma or witnessed an experience, and so inside their mind they replay the story or replay the damaging part, and then they keep believing the picture in their head over what reality. If you go to people who don't know how the mind works, they're going to call it a disorder. It's not a disorder. It's actually a coping skill. So they're doing something inside themselves to keep themselves safe. A perfect example is a woman who kept checking the fire and keep turning the knobs over and over again and before she leaves the home. Now, what's happening inside of their mind is in their mind, they keep seeing the fire on in their brain. So that means they see the fire on the stove, and so they keep checking it. Now, the reason why they do that is because they've had a bad experience. And this woman specifically, for years, she's had this obsessive compulsive behavior. And so she comes to see me. I started working with her, and come to find out that her mother almost caught the house on fire. It was a major trauma at the home, and there was fights and arguments and crying. And so this little girl witnessed all this, and so she generated and created a fear that she too would burn the house down. Now this is beyond consciousness. And so now as an adult, she can't leave the house until she keeps checking the stove 100 times. But inside of her mind, she keeps seeing the stove on and feeling the fear that it is on and that the house will burn down. So basically I went to the basic memories of the experience of what had happened. We tapped on it, changed it, and all of a sudden it's not there. The fear isn't driving it. Now that's not the only obsessive compulsive talent or skill that I worked with. I worked with hundreds of people with this skill. People do this all the time unconsciously. They believe the picture in their head, or they're driven by emotions to make them act and perform ways that are unhealthy. So OCD is a coping skill trying to keep you safe, and they're believing more what's in their head than what they really see, and it's all driven by fear. Change the fears and you change the program.
And what about OCD with only thinking, not pictures, like you say?
OCD.
Sentences that you always think and you always repeat, and it makes you crazy?
Right. So for example, there was a girl that we worked with in Hawaii at a drug rehab. Now, she, all the way through grade school, she obsessively counted. She would say words in certain ways if it didn't land on the right letter. And what we did is basically we went back because see, the reason why they do that, again, is trying to keep themselves safe. So you may call them intrusive thoughts or just regular thoughts that are driving you. And basically we went to emotional traumas and experiences and actually what they were thinking and what they were feeling to produce those obsessive compulsive thoughts. Again, the whole purpose behind it is to keep them safe based on unpleasant memories and experiences. So you can change it, but again, if you don't know what you're doing, how to change the memories, then you'll be going to all the experts who aren't experts at changing memory. Memory and emotions is what drives this behavior. So what you need to do is find you a good tactics, fastereft trained person.
Like you.
Like Embar and the rest of us in this call.
And Israel.
And Israel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here's Andrea to God. You in Oklahoma. And Clara Cuesta. We are riding with Robert Smith.
In my Dodge Longhorn truck.
Now I'm going to tell you, go to Head Start and buy food. Thank you.
Here I was all set for wine. I put on my Sunday best with my fancy skeleton, and I went town to pick me out a while. She blew away. She blew away. And my Oklahoma woman's blown away. Mister, as I bent to kiss her, she was picked up by a twister. My Oklahoma woman was blown away. Swing